Heather, thanks heaps for coming on today. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Um, I guess we'll get straight into it. So, what kind of inspired you to seek out tattooing 101? Like, why did you come on board with us?
Well, so obviously the pandemic hit, and I've always been into art. I don't know, I had never even thought about tattooing before that. I just didn't realize that that was something I could do. I don't know why. But I didn't feel like I could walk into a shop without leaving, I guess, deterred more than anything. I had a full-time job and I had just purchased my first home. I have a young son. I didn't have any tattoos. So when I found Tattooing 101, it was ideal. It was something that gave me a good base foundation. I could have probably walked into a shop, but I don't know. It didn't work for me. So when I found that, it was just ideal.
Cool, cool. So, once you got into tattooing 101, what was the experience like in terms of the weekly calls that we do, the course itself, the Facebook mastermind group? How did you find the whole experience kind of working with tattooing 101?
So I love all the videos. Just the amount of information that you guys have packed in there is just phenomenal. It's so comprehensive. And it's really nice because just within the tattoo industry, there's so much gatekeeping. And I found it just extremely transparent. And it's almost like everything's broken down so you don't get overwhelmed because there's so much information that you do need to know that it can be overwhelming, but it's great. And then the Facebook group, that's what I love the most is you get to see everybody's different stages that they're at and just, Brandon will go through and you'll go through and make, really important remarks on things that, we would just sit at home and not know if it wasn't for that. And it's been that I think for me has been the most valuable is just that feedback that you get.
It's definitely having feedback on your art is definitely the fastest way to grow because a lot of the time
Yeah.
when you're starting out, you kind of don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
Like the machine on like the wrong setting or something like that, or holding machine a certain way. It's difficult to kind of just figure that stuff out on your own. It could take a really long time. But in just kind of talking about some of the stuff that you've been doing lately, I'd love for you to kind of share some of the results that you've been able to achieve since working with Tattooing 101. Like, love to hear about your studio, how far booked out you are, what kind of clients you're working with, all that kind of stuff.
So right now I'm in a private studio. I'm sharing it with a really reputable permanent makeup artist in the area. I got in there around March or April and right now my books are closed because I was completely booked up. I think I was booked up. Obviously, I'm not in there full time yet. I'm there probably 4 days a week and I still have my other job on the side. So I was booked. It was 3 months just straight and I stopped it. So I'm opening them back up at the end of this month. But I have some forms that I have made for people to fill out tattoo requests. I think I have 50 of those waiting for me before my books are even open. So it's overwhelming how responsive. I just have a massive flow of people coming in and it's just been phenomenal, really.
Yeah, cool. So like, are you tattooing like 5 days a week, or you said you're like in part time, or how like?
So yeah. So I'm at my other job Monday and Tuesday. I'm still there part time. And then I go to my studio Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, sometimes Sunday.
Nice. So super busy then. No, it's good to be busy. How many tattoos do you normally do like in a typical day?
So I take my time. I'm slower right now. Usually I'll do about 3 a day. I give myself a good buffer time to just like sit with my clients and explain to them that I am a little bit slower and, just all the different things. It's far from a walk-in shop to say the least. Like it's a lot more slow and chill there. So I think one day we did this piercing party And so I did walk-ins that day, and that was a whole different experience. Like I was like, oh my God. But I accomplished, I think I did 7 that day. It was a bunch of smaller ones. So it
Yes.
just really depends.
That's awesome. No, that's good to hear that you're busy. It's always the way to be in tattooing. So I guess to kind of wrap it up, if someone was say sitting on the fence and maybe thinking about signing up for tattooing 101, but they weren't quite sure just yet, what would you say to them?
Anybody who has like a passion for art, and if they even feel like the slightest bit intimidated by that stigma of the tattoo industry, I think they would greatly benefit from getting the foundations from this course. It's amazing. You know, everything's broken down to help you succeed without being overwhelmed. And it's just very transparent and easy to digest.
Cool. Thanks so much for coming on today, Heather. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you are wanting to join the Artist Accelerator program, there'll be a link at the bottom of this page where you can sign up, and I will see you inside of the group.